Welcome to Deadbeat Sessions, where the Herald Review invites local artists to perform in our morgue.
Visit Jacob's Music Shop, Cochise County's #1 spot for all your music needs. We've got chords, strings, picks, and quality affordable guitars. Jacob's Music Shop is a certified Teton dealer and offers a Teton lifetime warranty. If we don't have it in store, we can order online. Stop by Jacob's Music Shop on Fry Boulevard next to Breakmasters, Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5, and Saturday, 11 to 4.
Americotton. Plucking till my fingers peel and pale a pony knuckle show. Flesh split, leaving scars unhealed. My prayers sent high, my gaze fixed low. I toiled a harvest in this field, but what I reap ain't what I sow, 'cause there's blood splattered on the cotton. Hangers sliding down the racks, though requests for help still go ignored. They quickly charge that Negro tax and stalk me while I browse they stores. But I'll drape oppression across my back, 'cause I'm shackled to this Mikey cord. Yeah, my blood's stitched in this cotton. Jogging down my avenue while melodies tucked in my ears. A neighbor that I never knew inquires what I'm doing here. Now, flashing lights of red and blue, the savior to white woman's tears as my blood spills down my cotton. To know my place and know my worth are things I've had to separate. This country taught me from my birth that it will not reciprocate. Allegiance pledged its lyrics cursed. My freedom does not free equate, though my red blood stripes its cotton. To those who toll has paid the price and those still left to pave the way. To those who battle for our rights and those surviving day to day. Our lineage of sacrifice, the martyrs of our modern day. No, you are not forgotten. We're the cloth that clothe the rotten, for our blood still grows their cotton. I'm Megan the Muse, and I am a local creative, spoken word artist, lyricist. I like to write dope stuff.
And don't forget about the great stuff that you do in the community with Groove Lab.
And I volunteer in the community with Project Encore through Groove Lab as a choir director and mentor for the youth. I try to stay involved in whatever the city's got buzzing. If they need an artist, I'm pretty much down.
Yeah. All right. My name is Twanita. Sorry. My name is Twanita Lassiter, spoken word artist, better known as Poetry, Poetree. I am the owner and founder of Poetry Growth in Motion, where I focus on life experiences connecting me to other people. The way that takes place is through open mics, which are held every third Thursday of the month at Chill Factor from 7 to 8:30. So that connection allows us to open up and be authentic and be able to be in a space with other people who may going through something and think that they're alone, and we're able to connect and vibe and make that connection with one another. Along the lines with that, I'm also active in the community. I am down to assist with anything that's required of me as far as spoken word or even just helping to set up and work in the background. I also host an annual youth conference. It's a free youth conference. This year, the goal is to have it take place in August. The theme is boundaries, balance, and choices. I think that pretty much wraps me up in a nutshell.
I'm Gator from Black Zombi. I play guitar here and there. I was sitting outside looking homeless, and they was like, "Hey, you want to make a few dollars? We got a gig." And I'm like, "Yeah, I need it." So now we're here.
got $1.50 on it.
$1.50. It's $1.40. Online, I don't drink.
And we are today Decipher.
Yep.
Yes.
Just a group of artists together celebrating Black History Month in February 2025, which is seeming to be a very pivotal and important year for our culture, especially in our community. So we thought it would be a really good idea to get together and share our creativity with you.
Clipped wings. Clipped wings, broken spirits, God can hear us. Silent cries, open wounds, blood stained, dry, crusted, scarred, hardened by society, flames snuffed out. Doubt looming, gray clouds, blue skies, and sunshine seemingly no longer to exist as we resist the darkness. Awakening every day, living on a prayer that God will hear us. He has to hear us. Tear-stained face, red eyes, burning flames hidden deep within your core, my core, our core. God's presence slowly swelling, rising. Outside are people dying, potential disappearing, confidence depleting. It's seemingly impossible to rise up, to live, to learn. Instead of mourning the loss of life and dreams deferred, hear his words. For I know the plans I have for you. His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Rise up, your clipped wings will return. Rise up above the loom. Rise up, join the forces, hear the voices of angels surrounding you. Rise up, take your bed and walk. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Clipped wings brand new, spirits restored. Walk the path, fulfill the purpose, soar. Clipped wings. I don't know, the same might be kind of true for you when I say this. Sometimes they can be personal. Sometimes it can be just from listening to someone else. It could be a word or a phrase. For example, Americotton, we was inspired because I sent out in a group text and I was like, hey, blood splattered cotton, go. And so just from there. So it can be seemingly from anything, to be honest. I don't know the inspiration behind, what's the last one you just did? Can I Call You Rose? But I love that piece, so if you can share that.
I think for me, art personally, for me, always includes me, pieces of me, even if it's not in first person. Can I Call You Rose was a product of me finding my place in my community and in my culture, and finally being comfortable not being like everybody else. As far as inspiration, it can be a song, it can be a headline, it can be a prompt from a friend. Sometimes emotion just hits and you gotta write it out. That's how I started writing, was I needed a place to put my feelings. I read somewhere this week that reading is like breathing in and writing is like breathing out. And I always feel like there's just this huge exhale when I write. And it's never let me down.
Agree.
So.
It's definitely a release. It's a release, like, especially if you're like holding on to something or you have like a lot of emotion going on. Writing is that release, and you let it go and it's no longer yours. Like, you have the freedom to let go. It's like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't have to hold on to that. I don't have to think about that anymore. I've given it away. It's not mine. So definitely agree.
Do you have any
Well, for me, for these, I just draw inspiration from whatever they have. I just try to capture the emotion of it and not walk on it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of be in the background, barely saying nothing in this interview.
It says so much, though.
It does.
It really,
True.
the music says so much. This has been such a great experience. So yeah, what inspired this session was just the need to get artists together and do something new and to feel renewed and refreshed amongst artists. So.
I love the guitar. I feel like it just sparked something new to it.
Yeah.
And I think it sparked like a different level of emotion in me, because music, like I said earlier, like music is a ministry, and just like to hear it, it's just, it brought something extra for me.
The two definitely blend together real well.
This is Queen's Anthem 2025. As radiant as sun's first light, copper sunset deep as night, a vast array of melanin, infinite is my black skin. There is no hue to which I'm bound, for I'm black woman and I am proud. Afro round and shined with grease, softer than the finest fleece. Braided, faded, locked or gray, my hair is good hair every day. My coils adorned like royal crowns, for I'm black woman and I am proud. Harmony and honey drip lavishly from luscious lips. I'm gentle as a summer's breeze, but I'll still bring you to your knees, igniting movements when aroused, for I'm black woman and I am proud. Shapely, buxom, thick as grits, slender, long, voluptuous. From head to toe, don't be confused. I'm innovator and the muse, definition of divine endowed. For I'm black woman and I am proud. Sister, mother, daughter, aunt, lover, healer, confidant, figurehead and activist, doctor, mentor, scientist, educator, CEO, mogul, model, and so much more. My very presence will astound. I am black woman and I am proud. My end goal with art is to let it live forever. My end goal with art is to let it live forever. I always thought that if reincarnation was a thing and I came back, I always wanted to be a melody that just floats. So my end goal is forever to just float in art and be art and become art, share art, teach art, give art. It's a love language. And we need so much love right now. Self-love, community love, brother and sisterly love. The end goal for this session, though, was just to be black and happy. Yeah. Which I am.
Good deal. For me, I don't know there's necessarily an end goal, but my intentions are always to create a safe space. That's the long and short. Just have a safe space where people can just truly be themselves and authentically be themselves without having to feel judged or criticized or anything like that. So for me, it's always just a safe space. To piggyback on, reincarnation, my thing is I'm like, I think I want to come back as a tree, right? Let me be rooted, let me bear some fruit, let me still be able to give back and create that safe space. Like, I love being outside and sitting under a tree. Like, that's a safe space, you know? So to still be able to have that space and to give back to others, so. Yeah.
I ain't got much of an end game. I'm just hoping to get better every time I pick a guitar up.
I like it.
That's the straight answer. I rehearsed that in the car.
Africa. I am Africa. I carry the weight of the world not on my shoulders but in my belly. I am Africa. My belly swells with creatures of my father's creations. Flowing waters quench the thirst of men as beasts eat the fruits of my labor. Devouring the most succulent parts of me, the parts that aid in further production, nutrients from the ground, nourishments from my mind, body, and soul, rooted in the faith of my father. I am Africa. I birthed the black man from my worldly father to my husband, to my son. God used the dirt of my soil to create the souls of such righteous men. I cannot begin to proclaim the wealth attained by the capture of my labor. I am led by my father to build him up before society breaks him down, speaking life into his very being while he is being who God has called him to be, assuring him of his importance and his rightful throne while he faces the harshness of his unfortunate reality, realizing that not every day is going to be easy. I am Africa. On fruited plains I remain, ashes scattered grain to grain. Life and death, the power of the tongue. My Lord, thy kingdom come. I am Africa, his home, his foundation, the most beautiful of God's creations. I am Africa. Fellowship.
Fellowship for sure.
Yeah.
Fellowship for sure. And also release. It's like once it's done, that's it. You know, I don't think that when I wrote Queen's Anthem 2025, it was because I wrote Queen's Anthem 2024 and I wrote Queen's Anthem 2012. So I think art grows, it swells, it becomes new things, parts of it stay old, but you never go back to the same piece of art. You always see it a new way, even when it's yours. Having the backup guitar today brought just a new depth of art. So yeah, finding the newness in it every time, like little Easter eggs in our art every time. And being able to share it with a friend. And when because she sees it like I see it every time. She's like, you feel that? Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I would say what I like about it is the fact that I don't have to sing and remember lyrics and all that stuff I normally have to do with a guitar. Yeah, I can just be absent-minded and just play something cool.
Can I call you Rose? Roses are red, violets are blue. Both smell sweet, but to tell you true, I'd rather be a dandelion. Yeah, call me dandelion. Sit me among the weeds and watch me grow, bobbing dainty in the breeze, let my native hair blow. Intuitively spreading my wisdom, I have come to stay. Too sturdy for the trampling of feet, a dandelion knows not retreat. See, roses in the concrete are a rare occurrence, but dandelions thrive with endurance in such conditions. Position me where no one thinks to look for beauty, but can still always find it. Roses got them petals that wilt, but dandelions got the kind that bumbling wings flutter freely to. Liken me to such, or maybe call me Wildflowers in a bunch, roadside poetry, a rainbow of array. Not as fancy as a rose, I suppose, but just right for making crowns on any day. See, the longing created by rose is wistful, beckon me in memory that's soft, blissful. So down to earth, my worth is best displayed by the child's fistful. Tiny fingers grasping, paying homage to mothers without their asking. Leave me wild, untamed, unnamed, unashamed of my environment. A rose is a gift to those in lament, a hefty price for something that seems to be a dime a dozen. Liken me to heaven sent, her unfarmed cousin. Yeah, call me amongst those. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Rose, see? She to most is the fairest by far, but forget she needs water and her buds start to mar, or hold her too tight and your fingers might scar. So call me sunflower, standing tall and proud. High noon is my finest hour. Basking sunbathe is how I start my day. So when the clouds cover the earth gray and tuck the sun away, you can turn to me as a reminder. You'll never find a more encouraging flower. Encompassing rays for sad days is my superpower, please. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, to be a rose is awesome, but I'd rather be a cactus blossom. Rooted deep in my culture, but still sparing room for a sparrow's nesting, a safe place of resting. When the heat becomes too harsh, my flesh, the well for the parched, perched proudly on the arched arm of a strong saguaro, even when it seems I'm hollow, empty. Life is taking place within, and when monsoon rain comes to soothe my pain, I find myself full again. Call me by her name, because, no offense to Rose, but I just don't think she and I are built the same.
I don't think I have nobody I would want to collaborate with, because I hate all the celebrities. It's sad, but it's true.
I mean, you can collaborate with them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess I'm already living the dream.
Right? Right.
We won.
Yeah.
Definitely more of my friends.
Yeah.
Everybody's art is so different. So, more of this for sure. I just want all my friends to be in this space. If I could collaborate with anybody, it would be more of us.
I think so too. And honestly, I've never really sat down to think about who I would want to collaborate with, because it's always just been just like a release for me, just a writing thing, not something I ever really thought about doing. And the first time where I really did a collaboration was 2 years ago, when we did the Black History Jam Fest. And it was myself, Megan, Marvel, and Zach. And none of us at that time had ever done a collaborative piece like how Megan and I just did the Lord's Prayer. We had never done a collaborative piece, so it was pretty fun. It was entertaining because I think we did it in like a week. It was like a week's time, but it was so much fun, and it was a challenge, and we all just kind of fed off of each other for the most part, and it came together so seamless. Like, had I not expressed to you all right now that we did it in about a week, you wouldn't have known we did it in about a week.
Yeah, true.
And you know what I mean? But it was just the challenge and the newness and the fun of it, and being able to collaborate with my friends. So
Yeah, I only want to do this with my friends. So if there are any celebrities out there who want to be my friend, I guess you can collaborate with us.
When I dream. When I dream in color, so much so black and white no longer exist. Solid forms of thinking obsolete. I no longer dream in black and white, obsolete thoughts one way or the other. I dream in color. Transcending residue of my ancestors, annunciations electing isn't over ain't, truly our ancestors' wildest dreams. Our excellence personified, circle is the father, roots are my faith-filled soul. Branches are extensions of my roles, my actions, and the fruit, the result of labor. And when I dream in color, so much so, black and white no longer exist. In your mind, you're the smallest person, but in fact, the most powerful in the room. Black man, black woman, watered down complexities, unclipped edges, emotional intelligence, spiritual growth, psychological impression is the tree bark of foundation, an embellishment of every scar, for it is a lesson learned. And when I dream in color, so much so, black and white no longer exist. When I dream. Sarah Jakes Roberts, I didn't know. Okay, maybe that is the person I want to
It's plastic and chicken nuggets.
Sarah Jakes Roberts. Sarah Jakes Roberts. I would love to be a poet on one of her Woman Evolve. Excuse me, on one of her Woman Evolve conferences, because that was so dope last year. Yeah.
I wanna go just for that piece.
Just for that piece.
Yeah. I just want to say it's February, but we are Black every day, and we're making history every day.
Absolutely.
And
True.
It's always a celebration, so keep the party going.
Yeah.
Don't let the 28th slow you down.
I think
Learn
if they
something
really
new.
wanted to hit us for Black History Month, then all our rent should be half price and the rest of our bills and shit too. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice. Half off groceries. Flash that black card.
Yep.
Let's get some progress going here.
That would be nice.
Bring back jobs. All right, I'm gonna stop.
But yeah, no, it's our history. It belongs to all of us. So don't be scared to learn it. Don't be scared to experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bigger than hip hop.
Way bigger than hip hop.
It's bigger than hip hop. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
But hollow be my body craving the living water, sounds of waterfalls drowning out the noise, the sadness, the sorrow. Filter to hear your distinctive sound, a single chirp from a bird, a whisper from the tree, speaking directly to me.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. I am your chosen, your royal priesthood. Keep me heavenly minded, but still earthly good. Let the words that I speak and the actions I make be a reflection of heaven, Abba. Dwell in this place. Give us this day our daily bread.
Spiritual sustenance and daily needs, nourishment for my body and my soul.
It is you that makes me whole. I call your name and manna falls like rain. I savor you. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
A broken vessel once lost at sea, I am washed ashore, covered in a stench of your holy goodness and everlasting residue, having encountered you. Surrendering daily to you the unknown, relinquishing power, not my own. Saturate this room, my body, my temple. Fill this space with your presence. An atmospheric shifting with every lift of your name as I belt out, Abba! Father!
And lead us not into temptation,
But deliver us from evil.
For I am in this world, not of it. Let a covetous heart not know my being. Envying none of what I'm seeing, it is by faith I take my stride. Remove the sloth, the lust, the pride. Hide not from me your face, for it's you I seek. And when I feel weak and the world looks bleak, I follow the one who sent his son. So shine in me, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Oh, goodness.